Hello everybody, my name is Doomfish, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can make a small and efficient kelp farm in Minecraft version 1.16. So to do this, all we have is a kelp down here, a flying machine to harvest it all, a machine to send it back, and a little collection system up here that has plenty of kelp in it already, just from a couple of trials. And the way it works is it just uses kelp here. Once it grows to a certain point, right up to these observers here, flying machines will fire, all of the drops get collected here, up to the top, and then they get pushed over to this side right over here. So let's show you what you're going to need to build this machine. So to build the farm, this is everything you're going to need. I would recommend pausing the video here and taking a look at everything. This number of glass could vary. Again, this is for a 10 by 10 farm. If you wanted to make it bigger, you'd have to scale these materials up accordingly. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is find a location to build this thing. And what I would recommend doing is looking for an ocean that is around 30 blocks deep. So right about here, you can see the ocean starts at around Y62, go down to the bottom, and it is around Y30, which gives us plenty of room to work because we don't want the kelp growing too tall. So this is where we're going to construct our farm. Alright, now that we've got our area selected, we're going to clear out a 10 by 10 space here on the ocean floor, and we are going to encase that in glass. We'll just outline the perimeter in glass. We can say we'll have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. We need 12 on this side so that our interior space is a 10 by 10 area. And we're just going to fill this all in. And by the way, I did build a conduit over there, which you don't have to do, but just for the purpose of demonstration, I wanted to make it a little bit clearer, just so you can see what's going on. There we go. We've got our initial area lined out. You can see it's a 10 by 10 square. And then what you're going to want to do is just build glass all the way up to the surface of the water here. And this is definitely going to be the most time-consuming part of the build, but it's pretty monotonous and shouldn't be too difficult for you. And there we go. From the top, it should look something like this, and you can see glass goes all the way down to the bottom there. And then what you're going to want to do is just go ahead and fill in this top layer as well, one higher on the glass, just like so. And you don't really need to put a roof around it. You can if you want, but we can do that later if you do choose to do that. Next up, head down on one of these sides, go ahead and break out the middle row of blocks right here, or the second one up. And we're going to break down the bottom row as well and replace this with glazed terracotta, or any block that can't be moved by slime blocks. This is a very inexpensive one, so I'd recommend doing that. And then again, cover up the top row too. Do the same thing to the corners here, just like so. And then what you're going to want to do is on the side ones right here, again, filling in the corners, leave the glass blocks on the bottom and top, but break these middle blocks here all the way down, and go ahead and replace them with your glazed terracotta. Do the same thing on the other side, so we can mirror it on this side right over here, and then we can mirror this opening side on this side over here. Now we need to set up our slime machine, so go ahead and break any of the blocks on the ocean floor that are behind one of these open sides, just like so. So we have enough space to work with, and again, do the same with the other side. Now, go ahead and place 5 slime blocks on this right side right here. Place a observer facing forward into a sticky piston. Then place a slime block to the right here. 2 slime blocks in front of that sticky piston. A slime block facing backwards right here. Be a little difficult to place, especially in the water. And then a observer facing outwards. Then go ahead and place down slime blocks on here, 4 right here, just so this entire area is covered. And there we go, that's our flying machine. Next up, we need to place some obsidian, so place 1 back here on this side of the slime machine, and then head to the other side to place our next one. Now they're on the other side of our enclosure here. What you're going to want to do, head in 5 blocks here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this block. Head 1, 2, 3 back, space of 3 up here, do a space of 3, 5 distance from the side, and place our obsidian right here. And to test this, we can go around the other side, place a block on the edge of our observer here, and we can see that our flying machine should fly across just fine. Stop here, and then we can send it back just by placing another block in front of this observer. And if all of these flying machines function correctly, then you've done it right. Now what you need to do, head on this obsidian right here, go ahead and place some temporary blocks out, and you get an observer that faces right here, facing in. And we need to place a block here, 2 blocks here, and we're going to end up putting some redstone on these blocks, but we'll get to that later. We need to place a trapdoor like so, where it's not waterlogged, and we need to place our redstone here. So what I would do is go ahead and place down some blocks in here, like so, Go ahead and place a door in front right here. We can then break these blocks, placing in our redstone, which we're going to need 4 ticks on this repeater, and then some dust right here. And then to get rid of this door, we're going to place a temporary block here, and very quickly break this door and then place a block. So like this, if you can do it, and there we go. Now what we need to do, head on the other side, go ahead and place an observer facing upwards, like so. On the edge of this observer, should see our machine firing, and then it should come back to us later. Then what you're going to want to do is go ahead and place down your walls on top of this and go up 7 high with these walls in a 3 by wide pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all the way up on the other sides as well. Now head to the top of this wall structure here. Go ahead and place some temporary blocks up here so we can place a piston facing downward like so. Then place one more wall right here so that if this piston were to fire downward, this wall would connect to this wall. And then what we're going to want to do is go ahead and place some observers in on this line right here, so on the same line as the piston. So just place them down, facing inward, like so. All the way across, we're going to need 10 observers for this. Then go ahead and place blocks underneath them, like so. And then go ahead and place one block connecting these blocks over to our piston. Now we're going to have to place some redstone in here, but that's alright, we're just going to use the same strategy we did before. Go ahead and place solid blocks all around this area, just like so, except for the outside 2 edges. And go ahead and place down a block and a door down here. And then go ahead and we can open this door so we get a little bit more room here. Break 5 blocks on both sides, and we should be able to place our redstone dust in right here. And again, go ahead and break the door, place a block, and go ahead and do the same thing on the other side here. And there we go. The last step, we need to place a repeater in where this block is. We sort of have to do the same thing. Place a block here, break a block, and hopefully we can see our redstone isn't getting destroyed here because there's no block underneath here. What we're going to do is head down one more, place a block here, place down our door, go ahead and break this block, go ahead and put a repeater set to 2 ticks in here, and then we're just going to do the same thing. We're breaking the door and placing a block very quickly, like so. And there we go. It can be a little tricky. Hopefully you've done it correctly, and you can see all of our redstone is encased in here. And now all we need to do is grab some kelp. I'm just going to grab some out of the inventory here, and place it all along the bottom of our sand in here. So you have to get into this machine right here, and place down 100 pieces of kelp in this 10 by 10 square. As you can see, all of our kelp is down here. What we're going to want to do is head to the top here, and on this top layer of water, place down some temporary slabs covering up this whole thing. Place them on the top of the block here, just like so. Now this is all covered up, we're going to want to place our water on one of these back walls. This is the wall opposite that our collection system is going to go, just like so. Now we can place some signs all the way across this middle block right here. So just crouch, place a sign all the way across, and then we're going to place some water on the opposite side of these signs, just like so. Then we can place in our water, again, aim for the glass, because you might try and place it on the slab, and we don't want that. And then we can just break these glass blocks right here, so our water sort of flows onto the side. Next up, go ahead and break the temporary slabs, or stairs, or whatever waterloggable block. I just recommend slabs because they are the easiest to get a hold of, and they're pretty cheap, easy to place and whatnot. Now that's all finished, what you're going to want to do is just put a little covering on the side here, just like so, all the way around our extended water stream, and go ahead and make it a little bit deeper as well. And then you're going to want to head under here, and try and place down your hoppers on this glass block right here, and go ahead and replace these glass blocks that the hoppers are facing into with double chests. And there we go, our system now should be fully operational. Just to do a little test run, this flying machine will fire once any of these pieces of kelp on the back wall reach to this height. So we're just going to simulate that by placing up some kelp right here. And we should see our flying machine fires, breaks all the kelp, most of it comes up here to the top, slowly for sure. Our flying machine gets sent back, and once this kelp makes it to the top, it will be transferred into these chests over here. There you go, a pretty easy to build, very big scale, and again, you can scale this larger if you want. You just have to continue out the water streams on the top like I did in the earlier part of the video. So you can make this as big as you really like, but this will be big enough for most of your needs. Now, if you enjoyed the video or found it informative, don't be afraid to leave a like, and you can subscribe for more content just like this in the future, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.